On a cold autumn night, the city was shaken by shocking news. The body of a young man in his 20s was found murdered in his apartment. All the evidence pointed to a professional killer, as no trace was left behind. Detective James, known for his sharp mind and meticulous analysis, was called in to investigate the case. Upon arriving at the crime scene, he noticed something unusual. The windows and doors were locked from the inside, and there was no sign of forced entry. James carefully examined the scene. He noticed an open book lying beside the body, as if the victim had been reading it before his death. This piqued his curiosity, as there was nothing particularly special about the book except for one highlighted line. "The past always comes back to haunt us." This line became the first clue in his quest for the truth. With the book in hand, James returned to his office, pondering over the highlighted line. It seemed too intentional to be a coincidence. What could the victim's past hold that was haunting enough to lead to his murder? As he delved deeper into the young man's history, he discovered that the victim, Alex, had been involved in a hit-and-run accident 5 years ago. The case was never solved, and the family of the victim had been left devastated. James began to connect the dots. Could it be that someone from the past was seeking revenge? The detective decided to pay a visit to the family of the hit-and-run victim. When he arrived at their modest home, he was greeted by a sorrowful mother and a stoic father. They recounted the events of the tragic night with a pain that was still fresh. However, what caught James' attention was the mention of a brother, David, who had vanished shortly after the accident. Intrigued, James began looking into David's whereabouts. After days of searching and piecing together the puzzle, he found David living under a different identity in a neighboring city. Confronting him, James noticed the cold, calculated demeanor of a person who had been living with a singular purpose. "I knew it wasn't an accident," David finally confessed. "I knew Alex was behind it, and he thought he could escape his past." With David's confession, the mystery was solved. The line from the book had been a chilling reminder that no one can run from their past. Justice had been served, but at a devastating cost. As James walked away, he couldn't help but reflect on the lingering shadows of the past and how they shaped the present.